I got the horse right here. The name is Paul Revere. And here's a guy that says if the weather's...
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through these Saturday races,
June
the 27th,
yep.
And we do a 7 on tap. We have 7 on the Sunday, June the 28th, and of course we do have 9. We just drew this morning, Friday as of taping. July the 1st, we do have 9 races, 4 stakes, 2 divisions of the champion or series. Actually, 3 of them actually, because one split.
The boys end split.
But yes, so 9 races on the holiday Wednesday, July the 1st. Once again, we'll be racing at 1:50. Well, let's get right in the card. Right? Saturday's card will get kicked off with a group of $4,000 claimers going 6.5 furlongs. I ended up on the 6 horse, Lucky Moly Minor. I love horses cutting back. When there were pace casualties, when they made early moves or whatever, pace casualties going along, and they shorten up to 6.5. Should get a pretty good pace in here with the 1, Jordan's Quest, and the 2, Ruby's Victory. Probably both going to dispute the pace. I think Richard can get into a good spot laying in 3rd. I'll give him a shot to win it. I know that there's not much between the 1, 2, and 6. I think they are very comparable. Whichever one gets the better trip, for my money, will win it. I'm going to go Lucky Moly Minor over the 2, Ruby's Victory. I was pretty impressed with his first run since last fall. You didn't really throw out the race last fall. He kind of just, on closing day, showed up. Kind of an odd time to show up, but he showed up on closing day. It was for his only start of 2014. So obviously some physical issues with him. But he came back with a good second. He was running on well at the end of that race against I Don't Roll on Chavos. And I think he'll be better second time out. And the 1, Jordan's Quest, I liked him last time. I picked him. I got DQ'd. I can't get past looking at After Court, and Teddy the Bear was in trouble. Maybe that race wasn't that strong. And I don't know. I just think Ruby's Victory and Lucky Moly Men are better horses. Maybe that's why I've gone 6, 2, and 1. But good little race to start things off on Saturday.
I did go to Jordan's Quest just because he was unlucky to be back in this condition. I thought that was a good race last time. Led the whole way. Is he going to get pressed more? Perhaps this time. But I thought that was a too strong effort to ignore. And Craig McPherson's heating up. I put Lucky Moly Minor in the second spot. Your top pick. As you mentioned, he cuts back his distance. You go back to his sprint races this year, 3 seconds in a row, all very good efforts. His last sprint was just behind Lookout Dubai, who returned to win. Then in the third spot, I put Chapel Boy out of the Harold Barrowby barn. I keep picking this guy. I keep waiting for him to wake up. And I thought he did that last time in that Jordan's Quest race. Only got beat a couple lengths, and maybe he's going the right way. I like the move to Antonio Reyes, too. I went 1, 6, and 5 in the first. On to the second, 2-year-old maiden, especially going 3.5 furlongs. This is kind of a best bet of the day for me. I think Good As They Get is the best horse in here. I talked to Mel Snow the other night. I know he feels he's really fast. I know Pedro Alvarado is very high on the horse. I think he's quick. I think he's going to be tough to beat. I put him on top. Put Colleen's Diamond out of the Pat Jarvis barn. Pat Jarvis definitely in turn for some luck.
Yeah, he's been
hitting the board a lot. Pat's had a tough start, but Pat does a very good job. Look for her horses to turn around. Richard Hamill has been working this guy. I put Colleen's Diamond in the second spot. In the third spot, I put Bank Draft. He already has an out in that Dashing Dawn race. The Sons of Scott Pine are very quick, and Sylvia Gregory having a very good meet. I went 4, 5, and 2.
Yeah, I agree. Not often you get a 5-horse 2-year-old field going 3.5 furlongs. There's really just not much to go on here. Only had the 1 horse that started in Bank Draft. The 2 horse will go on Lasix today. The 3 Lasix horses are the ones you picked, and they're the ones I'm going to pick too. Not because of the Lasix, but I mean the 4 horse.
Those are the 3.
Good as they get is out of a very fast mare. What are the odds? And the odds are good, or what? The 3. What was the 3-year-old?
The 3-year-old. The odds are good. The boy,
good. Yeah,
he's knocking on the door.
He's close to breaking his maiden in special weight races, and this horse is well connected. Good speed and good pedigree.
Nice gate work at 35 and 4 in June.
The mare was a very good 2-year-old. There's a lot. All signs point to a short price, probably winner in the 4 horse. Good As They Get. And I agree with Colleen's Diamond for second and Bank Draft for third. But I think those are your 3 horses in race number 2. On to the third. Got some maiden $8,000 fillies and mares. It's going to go a mile and a 16th here. I've ended up on the 4 horse Bubbly on Ice. Ran against the boys last time, ran an even third. I mean, there's nothing flashy about this filly, but there's nothing flashy in this race. So she's had a lot of chance. She's a 4-year-old.
Except the fact she's been running against the boys. Now she drops and ends up against the girls.
Yeah, it gets going long, which may be her whole card, but still, the company's easier. At least you're running against your own sex, which is good.
Yeah.
Richard Hamill takes over and just has to beat the 6 Silver Ovation. It was unfortunate to get disqualified last time. The horse was best over Xenia, but kind of bumped right at the wire. Gave her a little hip check at the wire, but this horse is live on the stretch out too. And for me, it was just those two, 4 and 6. There was nothing really more.
Absolutely.
Picking a third horse, I went with Teddy Hurts.
Exactly. In your pick 4s and pick 3s, I would take those two.
Just 4 and 6.
Yeah.
They look like the two you need to get by in the pick 4 or the Sea to Sky pick 6 or whatever wager you're playing. But I went 4, 6, and 5.
Absolutely, really nothing to add. As we mentioned, Bubbly on Ice is dropping and ends up against the girls for the first time in quite some time. I put Silver Ovation in second. You mentioned Unlucky to Lose last time. Those are the two, and I agree. Shayla's Rose in the third spot.
The one horse in here that does have the pedigree to run along, but I don't know if she
for
can.
Gold?
No, well, the 3 horse. It's Trick of the North and that whole family.
Oh, Remarkable Gal, yeah.
Remarkable Lady, but just, I don't know. It just doesn't strike me as a filly that's going to run on just by her running style.
That 7th by 10.
I know. She just did not participate well last time. But normally you'd give this horse a shot just because of the pedigree. You know, maybe things may get different with her, but she's definitely probably one of the better bred ones to go along in this race.
Well, same with Striding for Gold, who's a half to racing for Gold, so maybe she improves going along as well.
Both those fillies.
4, 6, 5 for me in the third. On to the fourth. Fillies and Mares claiming 4,000 non-winners of the year. I'm going with a horse that's going to be a short price in here. I like Forever Me. I thought a very good second behind Dream Baby, who was well meant, dropped right down to the $4,000 level. Did good to face second behind her at odds of 44-1. In her first start of the year, a little step forward from that. She's going to be a handful to beat. I put Handicappers in the second spot. Mike Anderson had a very good year. And she comes off a third behind Medea, the 5-horse, and of course winner Honey Skila. So those two are pretty even for me, Handicappers and Medea. I have them in the second, third spot, but you can flip-flop them. I think it's Forever Me's race to lose. I went Handicappers in second and Medea in third, but those two are interchangeable for me. I went 2, 6, and 5.
I agree with the 2 horse Forever Me. That's your horse to beat. This horse on the stretch out. A couple of races last year were quite good going along. Has the one sprint run under her belt. It was a good one behind Dream Baby, and then it should set her up for a good race. Antonio Reyes will pick up the call on Forever Me. Good works for Tracy McNeil as well. So I think this is your horse to beat. I'm going to give the 4 Princess Zeta another shot. That race was too bad to be true. She was off a month. It was terrible. She was terrible.
Yeah.
She
really fell apart,
her races were awesome in the fall last year, going long, and would beat most of these horses. But she's just one that has the ability to win here. Not too sure what happened last time. She was put into a pretty early drive because Handicappers was really pushing the issue from about the 4.5 furlong pull to the wire. So they really picked. I know the early fractions were slow, but they picked it up from the half to the 6 furlongs. They went 24 flat almost, and which helped Medea get second because she kind of just backed in and got second. And I thought Handicappers ran a good race, but she'd had a bunch of races this year where Princess Zeta didn't. She just had the one sprint. She'll be better. I went 2, 4, and 6, but I agree with you. Forever Me is going to be tough to beat, probably on the head end. In the 5th race, we do have maiden $4,000 claimers going 6 1/2 furlongs. I ended up on the 2-horse Advisor. Pretty good runner-up effort to Nana's Buddy.
Looked like a winner. Nana's Buddy came flying.
But this horse was wide early and didn't get away well. Had lots of excuses in that big 10-horse field. So I think Advisor gets a little better trip from post 2, and I'm looking for him to break through. I put the 7-horse goes way back in for second. Had a pretty good effort last time. Still big bulky field. Anytime you get 11 horses in a race and you're coming from mid-pack, you're not
you're up against it.
You are, because unless you have some sizzling move, which none of these horses have a sizzling move to get in and out of trouble, then you're going to get in trouble sometimes. So it's a little tough to take short prices on horses that'll be in mid-pack. So even though I am giving the horse, a chance for second, they're always risky at low odds. And I put the 11-horse Peyton's Command in for third. Thought a pretty good effort, a really good effort first time out. Stepped up for 8 though. Kind of got sloughed there. That was a pretty tough race. That Flame Eternal, Power to Believe, goes way back race. And poorly drawn, but does pick up Pedro Alvarado. That's a good sign, and I put that one in for third. I went 2, 7, 11. Those are your 3 horses. I really didn't see a whole lot. Maybe look at the 5 Zip 2 in the paddock, making his first start of the year. Works are decent for Jody Rawson. Never know there.
I don't have a whole lot to add. I just flip-flop your top 2. I went with Goes Way Back. He flopped us a chalk last time. I'm going to give him another shot as he does drop down to the $4,000 level. Advisor definitely looks good in here. I second at this level last time. He figures to be in the mix. And Peyton's Command, as you mentioned, went up to 8. Now he drops back to 4. Should be a little more comfy for him, and I do like the move to Alvarado. The one, other one I would mention would be Jackson, the 8-horse.
Has a shot.
He gets Amadeo Perez, and he got stopped last time in that Nana's Buddy race because he was making a nice move, so he could be one that maybe pays a bit of a price. But I agree with you. I went 7, 2, and 11, just changed the top 2. On to the 6 fillies and mares, 4,000, non-3, going 6.5. I went to the 7. I'm going to give her another chance. She's burned a lot of money this year. Elusive Lily.
She's all yours.
Yeah.
You can have her.
Tried a couple, she started out for 16. Ran third behind the very hot at the time Attack Maple and Catalia. Went down to the $8,000 level, just got nipped by I'm a Diva 2, who's a pretty good horse in second. Then last time she got caught late by Bamboo Dream and Charming Silver. I don't think this race is as tough as those. She is going to be, she's going to be staggering down the lane. It's what she does, but I think she should build up enough of a lead that it could be insurmountable to the other fillies in the race. I put Moonride in the second. Was totally around the $8,000 level, not making a lot of noise. But when she went to the 4 and on 2 level, made a nice move and won. And I think at the $4,000 level, she can be very tough. Mike Anderson, of course, having a very good year. And number 5, Zanita Rose, was very tough at the $4,000 level, ran good races, went up to 8. In that Bamboo Dream, didn't really like that, drops down to 4,000 again. I went 7, 1, and 5.
Yeah, I've gone to the 5 horse Anita Rose. I've stayed clear of Elusive Lily in this race. I don't have her top 3. I just, she's been sitting on slow paces and not finishing. She's still staggering. Imagine when she has to go 22-1 one day, how much she's going to stagger in the stretch. I just don't want to take a short price on a horse like this. She can obviously win Elusive Lily, but I just. At 6 to 5, I don't want any part of her.
Not a single.
No. I like the 5, Zanita Rose. Richard Hamill re-rides. Had that big win first time out, defeating Miss Rose Parade, who came back to win, and then came back to run second to I Dig That. It's on exclusive girls form.
Yeah.
But I thought she beat a pretty good field that day. Hooked into Bamboo Dream, who came back to win an open 8,000. That ended up being a pretty tough $8,000 race that Zanita Rose was in. So she's back down for 4. I think she's got a big chance in here. There should be a little bit of speed in here. She can sit just off of it. She should be in good position. So I'm going to try Zanita Rose to defeat the 2, Exclusive Girl, who had a run over the course, got claim, moves to the Rob Gilker barn, gets Amadeo Perez. I think this horse has...
Amadeo Perez is back in town.
Yes, that's great to see Amadeo.
2-time leading rider here.
Yes, had some issues with immigration. It's always tough when you go back to Mexico to get back into Canada, get a work permit or a work visa, whatever they call it.
Yeah, it's tricky.
And he's had some issues getting it, and that's the only reason why Amadeo Perez hasn't been here. But it's great to have all the paperwork behind him, and I know he's happy to be here. He was here Tuesday or Wednesday working horses earlier this week, and he's a hard-working guy.
Nice addition to the jocks for sure. It makes it quite a bit deeper.
He's an excellent and a nice person.
Yeah.
Exclusive Girl looks good in this spot. This horse can definitely improve off of that race. I think this horse is better than that race shows. And the 1 horse, I agree with Moonride. That horse has to be in the mix. I got to play. I think you got to play a few in this race.
I would
this
go
leg of the
deep
pick
in
4,
here,
pick 3s, whatever you play. But I went 5, 2, and 1. I like Zanita Rose to win race number 6. On to the 7th and final. Once again, 4,000 claimers. Got some non-2 lifetimes here, going 6.5 furlongs. I ended up on the 7 horse Peyton's Best. That's a pretty significant class drop. Getting into those $8,000 races. Those are tough. Brackendale.
I know.
Wow.
Brackendale came back.
Are you kidding?
Optional 25.
Goliath, Similkameen, Luke. That is like
Uncle
State
Willard,
Company.
Right? Yeah, Uncle Willard,
Uncle Willard's going to, these horses are on rolls at Peyton's
his whole
Best
life he's running. Look at his form from last year. Go for Guinness, Wilo Cat. And he ran second to Go for Guinness. He's running against a lot.
It'll be refreshing for him to see WW Wanderer next to him in the starting gate, which I think, a big confidence boost.
Yes, it will.
And Peyton's Best should be quite dangerous in this race. I put the 4 horse on the sunny side. I'm going to give him a shot. Cutting back from a mile on the 16th to 6.5. He ran a much better race when cleverly rated last time. He went wild 2 starts back on the head end. And the 1 horse, Why Is the Rum Gone? Got to put that horse in there. He shortens up 2 after being not. I thought he would go long. He didn't. But he's back in at 6.5 furlongs. Give him another look. He's got the inside. Antonio Reyes will ride. I went 7, 4, and 1 to close it out.
I agree with Peyton's Best. This is the softest spot of his career.
Yes.
He's always ran much higher. I put Peyton's Best on top, and I put the 2 Troy Taylor runners in second and third. I put Fort Vancouver in the second. Interesting that Lopez obviously
That's
had
probably,
his choice
I probably should have put that one ahead of Why Is the Rum Gone.
Yeah.
Lopez obviously had the choice.
He would have had his choice, and he took Fort Vancouver, and I put Why Is the Rum Gone in the third spot. I went 7, 5, and 1 in the nightcap. That'll do it for our analysis of the Saturday, June 27th races. Up next on screen will be our picks. Mike, as always. You're up
Back on
first.
race number 1, I went to the 6 horse, Lucky Moly Miner. I went 6, 2, and 1. Race number 2, I went to the 4, Good As They Get. Impressive looking debutante. I went 4, 5, and 2. Third race, I went to the 4, Bubbly on Ice, but I do like the 6, Silver Ovation as well. I think you need 4 and 6 in your pick 3s and pick 4s. I went 4, 6, 5 though in the third. And fourth race, I went to the 2, Forever Me. I went 2, 4, 6 in the fourth to kick off the late pick 4. Race number 5, I went to the 2, Advisor. Over the 7, Goes Way Back. I have trouble with that one. 11, Peyton's Command for third. 2, 7, 11 in the fifth. Race number 6, I went to the 5, Anita Rose. Over the 2, Exclusive Girl, and the 1, Moonride. And in the finale, I went to the 7, Peyton's Best on the class drop. 7, 4, and 1.
I'm next to be mine. There we go. In the first, I went to the 1, Jordan's Quest, who was DQ'd last time over the 6 and the 5. In the second, I agree with Mike. I hate to say that a 2-year-old first-time star is my best bet of the day, but I think he is. Number 4, Good As They Get.
4
over
to
the
beat.
5
Not often you get a 2-year-old. You only have 4 to beat. And we're not done yet.
Nice
we're not
light
even in
field.
scratches yet.
In the third race, I agree with Mike. Number 4, Bubbly on Ice over Silver Ovation, but as he said, take both over the 5, Shayla's Rose. In the fourth, I went to the 2, Forever Me, over the 6 and the 5. In the fifth, I went to the 7, Goes Way Back, over the 2 and the 11. In the sixth, I went to number 7, Elusive Lily, over the 1 and the 5. And then I kept the 7th, I agree with Mike on number 7, Peyton's Best, over the 5, Fort Vancouver, and the 1, Why Is the Rum Gone?
Well, that'll do it for the Saturday, June 27th edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. Just a quick reminder, we do race tomorrow, the Sunday card, at 150. We do have 7 races on Sunday. Then we move to the Wednesday.
Wednesday's going to be a big day.
July 1st,
that
9
is a
races.
really good card.
And then no racing next Saturday.
Yeah, that's right.
July 4th. It'll be a great day for simulcasting because it is obviously an American holiday, July the 4th.
July 4th.
It'll be super stakes from Belmont, Santa Anita, all the tracks.
Good day to go down to Emerald Downs if you're into...
Great day to come to the Derby, too.
Yeah, always good day to come to the Derby, of course, the simulcasting. And if you do want to take a road trip, our friends down the I-5 at Emerald Downs always put on a great show.
They do. Emerald Downs is a great place to go to watch the races. But we do race that weekend, but it's Sunday.
Wednesday and then Sunday.
Then Sunday, July the 5th. So our program, we go Sunday, then Wednesday, and then Sunday, and then we get back to the Saturday, Sunday routine through the rest of July. Well, that'll do it once again. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We wish everyone lots of luck in their wagers. And we'll see you next time here on Handicappers Corner.